work is up north in northern Belize. We work in the protected area known to us as or for Belize as the Corozal Bay Wildlife Sanctuary. Our major goal is primarily working for the proper management and sustainable use of the resources within that protected area. Given the limitations and the challenges, the intention is to be able to work with the communities so that they can also benefit from our natural resources. No? At the end of the day, the work we do is for the people, and we're hoping that we can provide that kind of those services that will ensure that we have, we have resources for the future as well.
Plenty Belize is a very small organization with a mission of working together for the sustainable development of the people environment using a community-based approach in Toledo. So as a small organization, a grant like we got from the GF Small Grants Program is a big part of our efforts at this time. It probably represents half of our work during this 2-year period. We're really happy for it, and this is an ongoing piece for us. We've been working with 3 Mayan women. Each of them, they helped put solar lighting in their own villages. But now they have these great skills and they're not being used because solar doesn't break right away. Things do break with time, like everything, but what do they do with these skills? And we're like, how can we best use them? And how can we even build their capacity in solar beyond what they learned in India? So we put this project together, and with the GF funding, with help from Barefoot Ministries, it's helping with some water because we're putting in solar water in Machakaha, so they will have a water system with a solar pump, so they don't have to back water any longer. Then this project has come together and is getting started.
It actually started in January of 2021, so we're quite far into this project now, and we have about another 6 months of the project left. And to make sure that this project is efficient, we're approaching the issue through different means. So the problem we're trying to address here is wildfires in the Toledo district, and making sure that communities are preventing those wildfires and being able to properly manage their agricultural fires. So the first component of this project is an educational campaign. So we've been working with communities to develop key messages so that community members and farmers are able to remember the key things about fires, such as when in the day it's safe to burn and things like that. So we've been working with communities to develop those, and we are about to launch a campaign which is going to go through the media, through posters, through flyers, so that everybody is hearing those messages. It's going to go on merchandise, so that the awareness of how to safely do an agricultural burn that does not then turn into a wildfire and threaten not only homes and property and farms, but also the health of your soil for your future crops and agricultural needs. We want to preserve those, because if you end up with a poorly planned fire or a wildfire, it can really deteriorate your soil quality as well. So there's lots of benefits to preventing the small-scale farms that farmers do, small-scale fires that farmers do on an annual basis, which are fine. Fire is good if used in the right way. It's just to prevent those becoming out of control or becoming wildfires. So that's one component of the project. The other component is to actually provide farmers with the tools and training they need to be able to conduct safe agricultural burns. So we're providing equipment, and we're going to make sure that communities throughout the district have access to equipment. Rather than, obviously we can't afford to fully equip every community with all the equipment because it's expensive stuff. So rather than supplying a small amount to like one member of each community, we're going to be producing hubs. So each community will have access to a hub close to their community, where they can access multiple sets of equipment for when they're doing their burns, to make it safer and more efficient they're using the right tools and equipment. Also, in the event of a wildfire, communities will have easy access to that equipment so they can quickly respond, rather than waiting on a team such as Tide, who may be somewhere else in the district and not able to get there as fast.
Global Environmental Facility Small Grants Program grant of $100,000 in June this year, and that grant is to basically work with two groups. One is a cooperative and one is a conservation group. The first one is the Green Creek Cooperative that is based in San Jose Village, and then the other group is called the ACDC, and they're based in Aguacate. So these are two very unique groups in the Toledo district because they've been around for quite an amount of years. So basically this project helps them to strengthen their governance, but also to implement smart agricultural practices through the usage of agroforestry into their ICCA lands. So they have a conservation area, both of these groups, which we will be implementing some of these smart agricultural practices, but at the same time formulating a structure for them. So we'll be doing several facilitation sessions to build their strategic plan. And we're hoping that this would help them develop more their governance and the way they manage these territories.